Hey, what's up everybody? Jed Johnson here from dieselcrew.com. Hey, you see where we're at? I'm out to the grill. The chicken's on there. It's slowly becoming the most perfect golden brown that it ever could be here on this grill. And you know what it means. It's another episode of Cooking with Napalm. Today I've got a question that just came in. It's from Kurk. And he's asking about block weights, specifically legacy blobs. If you don't know what those are, check out the description box. I've got information that will cover exactly all of the different kinds of York blobs that are out there. This is what he says. Hey Jed, I spent several hours watching some of your YouTube bending and blob videos over the weekend. Thanks, brother. I already own your bending ebook and ordered your bending DVD the other day, and it's on its way to you already, tough guy. As for all the YouTubes, I really enjoyed the one where you specifically gave info to determine which blobs a person might own. I have the York 30, 35, 40, 45, and 50. All my blobs seem to be the legacy versions. However, my question is, even with chalk on them, they seem very slippery because of the black paint finish on them. Even the ones I can lift. Does anyone ever remove the slippery paint coating, or is that considered a no-no and cheating? I haven't manipulated them whatsoever since I obtained them. I realize this is an odd question, but you seem to be a blob expert after watching your vids. Thank you in advance, Kurk. Kurk, once again, thank you for sending in that question. Now, there's really no right or wrong answer to this one as far as should you modify the paint, remove it, whatever. But this is my opinion on it, okay? You can actually do that with your blobs and block weights, and you'll essentially have, once you alter it, you'll essentially have multiple block weights. You can remove a little bit of the paint in some spots and make it a little bit easier to lift. You can remove a lot of the paint in some spots in order to make it a lot easier to lift. And then you can leave it completely natural in some spots in order to make it just its natural condition and the hardest it's going to be to lift. What I would recommend in this case particularly is leave the very top region completely untouched, and if you're going to modify anything, then go to the lower regions where you're not near the York stamp or the weight stamp, and then that way the most natural grip where you're going to hold on to the blob remains unmodified. That's the way I go about it. For instance, I've never really taken paint off of a York blob, but I have done that with some hex blobs because the paint finish on some hex blobs, block weights, is just ridiculously slippery. And it won't take chalk, and it's very, very hard to hold on to. So in the past, I have scraped certain portions of a hex block away from the number area in order to be able to get a better grip, and then in order to work back towards lifting it on the natural surface. So that's something that you can try. Incidentally, I do want to clear something else up. Just because it has a USA stamp on it doesn't mean it's legacy. The legacy style is the current style that they're selling right now. We use the USA stamp on the bottom to identify whether or not it's a Fat Man blob or a Next Gen blob, which are both types of blobs that are no longer in production. York is still selling the legacy style blobs today. I don't know what they have on the bottom of them, honestly. I can't remember. But if yours has USA on there, it actually might not be a legacy blob. It might be the Next Gen blob. Fat Man will not have USA on there on either side. The Next Gen blob will have York on the bottom of the number side. The York side won't have USA on it no matter what type it is. So it gets a little bit confusing with the different types of blobs that are out there. But like I said before, I've got all of the different types covered in videos here on this channel, including the rare kind of blob called the blue blob, which was actually a transitional style of blob, according to the information I've received from Richard Soren, that came out between the phases of the original Fat Man style blobs and the later Next Gen blobs. So Next Gen or Second Gen is actually a misnomer because it wasn't the second generation. It was actually, I guess you would look at it as the third generation blob. that came after the Fat Man, and then after the blue blob, that's when we have the next generation blob. So I hope this information has been helpful. If you're looking for more information on blobs, check out the videos below. Check out my ebook, Lift the Blob. It's got an 8-week training program to help you lift your target blob or block weight, and I've also got a full-length DVD on block weight training that's got even more information in it. Plus you get the benefit of watching me actually do the movements instead of just still shots. Alright, thanks a lot everybody for watching. I wish you all the best in your training. I'll have more episodes coming out of this week, Cooking with Napalm, and make sure to stay tuned by subscribing today. Hey, give it a thumbs up too if you don't mind. That helps me out big time. Thanks a lot everybody. Take care.